Will start in 5 seconds. Get ready, start. Heard Mr. Rana Mukherjee, learned senior counsel, appearing for the petitioner. The respondents, High Court of Manipur and the Registrar General are represented by Mr. Vijay Hansaria, learned senior counsel. While deciding this writ petition filed under Article 32 of the Constitution of India, there was a difference of opinion and having regard to the conflicting judgments rendered by the two learned judges on 7/10/2016, the matter was directed to be placed before a three-judge bench. Thereafter, when a similar question of law was found pending before the Constitution bench, that is in Tej Prakash Pathak and others versus Rajasthan High Court and others, this case was tagged with the said case. On 12/7/2023, however, submission was made before the Constitution bench by the learned counsel for the parties that reference to the Constitution bench along the lines in Tej Prakash Pathak Supra is unnecessary and therefore the difference of opinion between the two judges in the present case should be resolved by a three-judge bench. The petitioner, who was an aspirant for the post of district judge entry level in the Manipur Judicial Service Grade 1, responded to the advertisement dated 15/5/2013. The petitioner belonged to the scheduled caste category and he appeared in the written examination conducted in July 2013 for all the applicants. The High Court of Manipur then issued a notification on 17/10/2013 declaring that none of the candidates had secured the minimum qualifying marks in the written examination. A grievance was then raised by the petitioner and eventually a corrigendum came to be issued on 7/2/2014 declaring the petitioner to have been successful in the written examination having scored 52.8% marks which satisfied the required benchmark of 50% for the scheduled caste category. Just before the interview test, the full court of the Manipur High Court on 12/1/2015 decided to fix 40% as the cut-off for the viva voce examination, and the petitioner's case is that this decision was never intimated to him. The full court resolution reflected that the 40% minimum qualifying marks for passing the interview was fixed by resorting to Sub-Rule 3 of Schedule B of the Manipur Judicial Service Rules 2005, which reads as under. The petitioner, who had secured 18.8 marks out of the total 50 marks in the interview segment, was held to be unsuccessful for not having the secured minimum prescribed benchmark of 40%. At this stage, it may be noted that the total marks allocated for the written examination for the three papers were 300 and for the interview segment a total of 50 marks were prescribed. In his written examination, the petitioner had secured 158.50 marks and 18.8 marks in the interview. His total aggregate score in the written examination plus viva voce was 177.3 marks out of the total possible 350 marks. Thus, The percentage of marks scored by the petitioner cumulatively stands at 50.6%. It is also pertinent to note that the Manipur High Court subsequently on 3/3/2016 amended Schedule B Sub-Rule 3 to prescribe 40% minimum cutoff for the viva voce. In the split judgment, Justice Banumathi upheld the rejection of the petitioner for failing to secure minimum 40% in the viva voce. It was observed that the fixation of 40% minimum cutoff for viva voce is in consonance with the MGS Rules 2005 as per Clause 1(3) of the General Instructions provided in Schedule B. Under the mode of evaluation table, securing less than 40% marks has been graded as F, which carries a grade value of 0. In Justice Banumathi's opinion, it was therefore implicit that for a pass in exam, a minimum of 40% marks must be obtained. It was also noted that after participating in the viva voce, the petitioner cannot turn around and challenge the selection process. On the other hand, Justice Siva Kirti Singh held that the rejection in viva voce test is wrongful as it violated the statutory mandate which provided for selection based on the cumulative grade value obtained in the written exam and viva voce. It was noted that grade F for marks below 40% as provided in the evaluation table corresponded to securing 0 marks and nothing beyond that. Grade F is not an indicator of failure in the examination. If the evaluation and selection of the petitioner would have been carried out on the basis of the unamended rules, the petitioner having cumulatively secured 50.65% by combining both the written and the interview segment and would have been awarded B grade as per the mode of evaluation prescribed under subclause 4 of clause 3 under schedule B of the MGS rules 2005. With B grade, the petitioner cannot logically be placed in the category of failed candidates. Stop.